Welcome aboard to Blue Hair Think Better Studio. Our mission is to empower you to think better. Thank you. Please like and subscribe. Title: Unlocking Your Mind, Essential Skills for Effective Thinking. Chapter 1, Understanding Fast and Slow Thinking. Imagine your mind as a vast ocean, sometimes calm, reflective, and serene, other times stormy, chaotic, and reactive. In this chapter, we embark on a journey to explore these mental waters, diving into two powerful currents that shape our thinking processes: fast thinking and slow thinking. These two systems guide every decision you make, from snap judgments driven by instinct to careful reflections based on strategy. The lightning reflex, fast thinking. Fast thinking is like a bolt of lightning, sharp, quick, and instinctual. It's the automatic response that kicks in when you smell something burning or hear the screech of a siren. This type of thinking happens without conscious effort, allowing you to react immediately. Think of it as the race car in your mind, zooming through situations at breakneck speed. Example: imagine yourself hiking through a dense forest when suddenly a snake slithers onto the path. Without hesitation, you jump back. This reaction wasn't planned or thought out. It was fast thinking in action, potentially saving your life. Fast thinking is essential when time is of the essence, but it also has its limits. These instinctual judgments, while often life-saving, may overlook nuance or detail. The wise old tree. Slow thinking. If fast thinking is a race car, slow thinking is a wise old tree, deeply rooted, thoughtful, and deliberate. This type of thinking takes time and effort, analyzing every detail before arriving at a decision. Picture it as a chess player contemplating their next critical move, thinking several steps ahead. Example: imagine you're planning a vacation. You carefully research destinations, compare flight prices, explore hotel reviews, and check travel insurance. Every decision you make is a deliberate step along the branches of your decision tree, requiring time and focus. Slow thinking builds solid foundations, but in a fast-paced world, relying too heavily on it can lead to analysis paralysis, where overthinking delays decision-making. When to sail fast and when to dive deep. The key to effective thinking is knowing when to rely on fast thinking and when to engage slow thinking. Each has its place. Fast thinking saves time, and in emergencies, it can save lives. Slow thinking ensures careful, well-considered decisions, helping you build a solid foundation. Balancing these two mental currents will help you make smarter decisions, whether you need to act swiftly or take time to reflect. Recap: navigating your cognitive ship. In this chapter, we explored the two systems of thinking, fast and slow, and how they shape our daily decisions. Both are essential tools in your mental toolkit. The challenge lies in mastering when to switch between them. Like a skilled captain of a ship, you must learn when to let the fast currents carry you and when to anchor down into the deep waters of reflection. In the next chapter, we'll sharpen these tools further, ensuring that you remain at the helm of your cognitive ship, ready to navigate the complex waters of life with confidence and wisdom. Let's set sail for the next chapter. Chapter 2, Basics of Critical Thinking. Welcome back, explorers of thought. In this chapter, we embark on a journey into the fascinating world of critical thinking. Imagine yourself as a detective, equipped with a magnifying glass, scanning for clues to uncover the hidden truths behind everyday assumptions. Critical thinking isn't just for solving mysteries and stories. It's a powerful tool for navigating the complexities of real life, enabling you to uncover deeper meanings and make more informed decisions. The role of critical thinking. Critical thinking is like a detective agency for your mind. It empowers you to examine information carefully, recognize biases, and unravel the mysteries buried within the facts you encounter daily. Whether you're evaluating a news story, analyzing a social trend, or making a personal decision, critical thinking helps you ask the right questions. What's really happening here? Why do we believe this? What evidence supports it? Every moment in life offers new puzzles to solve, and critical thinking ensures you don't accept things at face value, but instead dig deeper to uncover what lies beneath. Asking the right questions. Just like a detective, every critical thinker begins with questions. Thoughtful questions are the compass that guides your journey through the vast landscape of information. Questions such as, why do I believe this to be true? What sources were used to form this conclusion, and are they reliable? What is missing from this narrative? Example, when you encounter a news story, do you immediately accept it, or do you take the time to investigate its sources? Critical thinkers always examine the reliability of information, identifying gaps or biases that may distort the truth. This way, they avoid the trap of jumping to conclusions too quickly. Challenging beliefs and the art of debate in critical thinking. Questioning assumptions is essential. It's not about being cynical, but about being curious. Debating is a perfect way to practice this skill. Challenging common beliefs with logic and facts sharpens your thinking. A good debate is not just a contest of opinions. It's an opportunity to refine your understanding and learn to see things from multiple perspectives. Example, imagine being asked to debate this statement: technology makes us more connected. While it might seem straightforward, critical thinking pushes you to explore both sides. Is technology bringing us closer, or is it creating more superficial relationships? Arguing for or against using evidence forces you to think beyond surface-level beliefs and develop well-rounded viewpoints. The power of critical thinking. Throughout this chapter, we've explored how critical thinking helps you act as both a detective and a debater, uncovering hidden truths and challenging the obvious. But the essence of critical thinking lies in keeping your mind inquisitive and never settling for easy answers. The goal isn't just to gather information, but to question it, to think deeply, and to allow yourself to change when presented with better evidence. Recap: sharpening your mind for the future. Critical thinking is not a one-time activity, but an ongoing journey. As you step out into the world, carry with you the spirit of curiosity. Keep your detective hat on, and never put down your magnifying glass. Question everything, challenge assumptions, and embrace debates as opportunities to grow. In the next chapter, we'll dive even deeper, exploring how to enhance these skills further and apply them across different areas of life. Until then, stay curious, stay skeptical, and never stop asking the right questions. Let's continue the journey. Chapter 3: Boosting your creativity. Creativity is not an exclusive gift for artists. It's a way of thinking that everyone can embrace. Think of your mind as a garden, where every new idea is a seed. With care and practice, your ideas will blossom into solutions, innovations, and possibilities. In this chapter, we'll explore how to cultivate your creativity, nurture fresh perspectives, and let ideas flow freely. Thinking differently to think creatively. Imagine your mind as a blank canvas, and every idea you generate is a splash of vibrant color. Creativity invites us to paint outside the lines, to try the unexpected, and to leave perfection behind. Often the best ideas come not from overthinking, but from allowing our thoughts to flow freely. The goal is not to wait for inspiration, but to actively train your mind to think in new ways. This might mean reworking familiar ideas, combining concepts from different areas, or questioning long-held assumptions. Creative thinking is not always about being right. It's about being curious and willing to experiment. Idea generation, planting seeds of possibility. Creativity thrives on quantity before quality. The more ideas you generate, the greater the chances that one of them will bloom into something incredible. Brainstorming is like standing in the middle of a rainstorm of ideas. The goal is to generate as many ideas as possible without worrying about their feasibility or practicality. Some of the best solutions come from wild, unexpected thoughts. Example, consider a simple problem: reducing plastic waste. One person might suggest recycling more, but a creative thinker might imagine edible packaging or reusable containers made from seaweed. The act of brainstorming encourages us to explore ideas beyond the obvious. Remember, no idea is too silly. In the creative process, every idea is a seed, and you never know which one will grow into something transformative. The power of invention. Invention is where creativity meets practicality. It involves taking an abstract idea and shaping it into something tangible that solves a real-world problem. Creative minds thrive by looking at the challenges in their lives and imagining better ways to handle them. Example, think about the small inconveniences in your daily routine, whether it's the annoyance of untangling headphones or remembering to water your plants. These minor frustrations are opportunities for creative solutions. An invention might be as simple as a self-watering pot or wireless earbuds with built-in finders. Creativity isn't just about generating ideas. It's about bringing them to life. Whether it's a product, service, or even a system, the act of creating allows you to turn imagination into impact. Cultivating a creative mindset, creativity is not a one-time event, it's a habit. Like any garden, your imagination requires regular attention and nurturing. The more you explore, experiment, and embrace new ways of thinking, the more naturally creative you'll become. Building a creative mindset means being curious, ask questions about everything, experimenting, try new things without fear of failure, embracing challenges, look at obstacles as opportunities to innovate, welcoming mistakes. Creativity often emerges from missteps. Recap: nurturing your creative garden. In this chapter, we explored the power of creativity and the value of thinking differently. From playful imagination to practical invention, creativity allows us to transform the ordinary into the extraordinary. Like a garden, creativity flourishes when nurtured, and every idea, no matter how small, has the potential to grow into something meaningful. As you move forward, remember to keep planting seeds of imagination and exploring new ideas. In the next chapter, we'll discover how to use both fast and slow thinking together to make smarter decisions. Until then, keep tending to your creative garden and watching your ideas bloom. Chapter 4: Making Better Decisions. In this chapter, we focus on sharpening your decision-making skills. Think of decision-making as a tool, one that works best when it's well-maintained and ready for action. Whether you're making a quick choice on the fly or weighing options with careful thought, both speed and accuracy are essential to making good decisions. The art of decision-making, making decisions, is both an art and a science. It requires balancing the need for speed with the necessity of accuracy. Imagine you're a chef working in a bustling kitchen. You have to decide what dish to prepare quickly while ensuring it will delight your guests. Good decision-making is about mastering this balance, making snap judgments when time is limited, but knowing when to slow down for more thoughtful analysis. Being a good decision maker means knowing which situations call for quick action and which require careful planning. It's not just about getting things done, it's about getting things right. Quick decisions, snapping a mental photo in fast-paced situations. Quick decisions are like snapping a photo. You capture a moment in time, but the clarity of that moment depends on your ability to react swiftly. These decisions rely on instinct and intuition, often leaving little time for deep analysis. Example: imagine you're at a busy market and a vendor offers you a deal that seems too good to pass up. You have only a few seconds to decide. Do you accept the offer or walk away? In moments like these, hesitation can mean missed opportunities, but quick decisions also carry the risk of incomplete information. Key insight: quick decision-making works well in familiar or urgent situations, but sometimes it leaves you wishing for more time or information. Careful consideration: mapping your journey. Not every decision can be made on instinct alone. Some require careful thought, like planning a journey with multiple routes and challenges. Listing the pros and cons of each option allows you to visualize the bigger picture and make more deliberate choices. Example: consider the challenge of choosing the right software for your company. Each option has its advantages and disadvantages, from cost to usability and scalability. Mapping these out helps you gain clarity and ensures you choose the solution that aligns with your long-term goals. Key insight: careful consideration is essential for complex decisions, allowing you to weigh multiple factors before taking action. However, overanalyzing can lead to paralysis, where fear of making the wrong choice prevents any decision at all. Combining quick and careful decision-making in life, the best decisions often require a combination of quick reflexes and thoughtful planning. Think of a pilot navigating through turbulent weather. They need to react instantly to sudden changes while relying on meticulous planning to ensure a safe journey. This blend of reflex and reasoning is at the heart of effective decision-making. Example: a business leader might need to respond immediately to a market shift while still adhering to a long-term strategy. Knowing when to rely on instinct and when to apply deliberate thinking is what sets great decision-makers apart. Tips for effective decision-making: here are a few tips to enhance your decision-making skills and help you make smarter choices. Gather key information quickly. Knowing the essentials early helps you act confidently. Stay calm under pressure. A clear mind makes better decisions, especially when time is tight. Recognize when to slow down. If the stakes are high, take the time to weigh your options. Practice regularly. The more you practice decision-making, the more intuitive it becomes. Developing these habits will help you build a decision-making toolset that you can rely on in any situation. Recap: sharpening your decision-making tool. In this chapter, we explored the art of balancing quick and careful decisions. Quick decisions capture the moment, while careful ones provide depth and clarity. The key is knowing which approach to use in any given situation and becoming comfortable switching between the two. As you continue practicing these skills, your decision-making tool will grow sharper, more reliable, and always ready for action. In the next chapter, we'll take a closer look at common mistakes in thinking and how to recognize and avoid them. Until then, keep honing your decision-making tool. Whether you're making split-second choices or carefully weighing your options, you'll be prepared for whatever comes your way. Chapter 5: Avoiding Thinking Mistakes. In this chapter, we're diving into the glitches of the mind, the cognitive biases and logical errors that sneak into our thinking and mislead us. Just like a computer experiences bugs, our brains sometimes think up mistakes. But once we learn to recognize these patterns, we can sharpen our ability to think clearly and make better decisions. Understanding thinking mistakes. Thinking mistakes are like optical illusions for the mind. They distort reality, leading us to make poor decisions, misjudge situations, or overlook important information. These mistakes can affect anyone, but the good news is that awareness is the first step to avoiding them. Once you know what to look for, you can prevent these mental glitches from influencing your thoughts. Cognitive biases like confirmation bias, anchoring bias, and the bandwagon effect are shortcuts that our minds take to process information quickly. While they can be helpful in certain situations, they often lead us astray by causing us to favor flawed or incomplete perspectives. Finding the bias. One of the most common thinking mistakes is cognitive bias. Biases act like shortcuts in our brains, helping us process information quickly but often inaccurately. These mental shortcuts shape our perception of the world and influence how we interpret events. Examples of common biases: confirmation bias, favoring information that aligns with what we already believe; anchoring bias, relying too heavily on the first piece of information encountered; bandwagon effect, believing something because many others believe it. Spotting these biases requires practice, but once you recognize them, you regain control over your thoughts. Identifying biases in your thinking is like finding shortcuts that no longer serve you. By taking the long road, you often reach a more accurate destination. Spotting errors in reasoning beyond biases. Another thinking trap is logical fallacies. These are errors in reasoning that weaken arguments and mislead conclusions. Advertisements and speeches often contain these fallacies, subtly influencing us without our awareness. Examples of common fallacies: straw man argument, misrepresenting someone's position to make it easier to attack; slippery slope, suggesting that one small step will lead to extreme consequences; false dilemma, presenting only two options when more exist. When you learn to spot these errors, you'll find that many messages, whether in ads, speeches, or conversations, aren't as convincing as they initially seem. This skill sharpens your critical thinking and strengthens your ability to make sound judgments. Strategies to avoid thinking mistakes. Now that you understand how biases and fallacies work, let's explore how to avoid these thinking traps. Stay aware. Awareness is the first defense. Simply knowing that these thinking mistakes exist can help you notice them in action. Question assumptions. Whenever you feel certain about something, ask yourself, what am I assuming here? Could I be wrong? Seek evidence. Base your decisions on reliable evidence, not just opinions or intuition. Consider alternative viewpoints. Looking at issues from multiple angles prevents narrow thinking. Pause and reflect. Give yourself time to think, especially when faced with complex or emotional decisions. Practical tips for clear thinking. Clear thinking requires daily practice. Treat these practical tips as tools in your mental toolkit. Always ask for evidence. Don't accept things at face value. Look for proof. Challenge your own thinking. Regularly examine whether your beliefs are well-founded. Embrace discomfort. Growth comes from considering ideas that challenge your views. Reflect on your decisions. Take time to evaluate past decisions to improve future choices. With these strategies, you'll develop a habit of clear, unbiased thinking, allowing you to make decisions based on reason rather than flawed assumptions. Recap: hunting thinking mistakes. In this chapter, we explored the common thinking mistakes that affect us all and learned how to spot and avoid them. Biases and fallacies are mental shortcuts that can cloud our judgment, but with practice, we can become vigilant mental detectives, sharpening our thoughts and making better decisions. In the next chapter, we'll embrace uncertainty and discover how to use it to our advantage. Until then, keep your mental detective hat on and stay curious about your thoughts. With each step forward, you're becoming a more thoughtful and effective thinker. Chapter 6: Handling Uncertainty. Welcome to the unknown. Life and business are full of uncertainties. Navigating through the unknown can feel like sailing through fog, challenging, disorienting, and unpredictable. Yet, uncertainty is not just something to survive. It is an opportunity for growth, creativity, and discovery. In this chapter, you will learn how to manage uncertainties with confidence and embrace the unknown as a natural part of life. The nature of uncertainty. Uncertainty can be unsettling. It's like sailing in uncharted waters, forcing you to rely on your instincts and adapt to new conditions quickly. But uncertainty also opens up a world of possibilities. When outcomes aren't predetermined, there is room for exploration, creativity, and innovative thinking. Think of uncertainty not as a threat, but as an opportunity to grow stronger. It forces you to think on your feet and teaches you to remain calm and flexible, even when things don't go as planned. In fact, some of the greatest innovations arise from unexpected situations. Adapting to surprises, adjusting your sails, handling uncertainty is like being the captain of a ship that encounters unexpected storms. You can't control the weather, but you can adjust your sails and find a way forward. Your ability to stay calm and adapt will determine whether you navigate through the storm or get tossed by the waves. Being open to change means letting go of rigid plans and learning to pivot. Surprises and disruptions are inevitable, but they don't have to derail you. When uncertainty arises, your response matters more than the situation itself. Planning for different outcomes. One of the best ways to handle uncertainty is through scenario planning. Instead of relying on a single plan, plot multiple courses, imagine best case, worst case, and most likely scenarios. This way you are prepared for any outcome. Example: consider a business preparing to enter a new market. Instead of assuming everything will go smoothly, they outline several strategies. Best case scenario: the new market responds enthusiastically, leading to rapid growth. Worst case scenario: the market rejects the product, requiring the company to pivot or withdraw. Most likely scenario: the product gains moderate traction, with room for gradual improvement. By planning for multiple possibilities, you'll expand your strategic vision and be ready to adapt when the unexpected occurs. Mastering the art of improvisation. Mastering uncertainty is like playing jazz. Jazz musicians don't follow rigid notes, they improvise, adjusting to the flow of the music and the energy of the room. In life, the ability to improvise is just as important. Not every step will go as planned, and being able to create solutions on the spot is a skill worth developing. Improvisation isn't about winging it, it's about being comfortable with uncertainty and trusting your instincts. When things don't go as expected, instead of panicking, you can adapt and find beauty in the unexpected moments. Practical tips for navigating uncertainty. Here are some practical tips for embracing uncertainty with confidence. Stay flexible. Be willing to change your approach when circumstances shift. Keep learning. Continuous learning keeps your mind agile and open to new ideas. Maintain a positive outlook. See challenges as opportunities to grow. Plan, but don't overplan. Prepare for different outcomes, but don't rely too rigidly on any one plan. Trust your instincts. Sometimes the best decisions come from intuition, not analysis. By embracing uncertainty, you build resilience and develop the ability to thrive in unpredictable environments. Recap: thriving in the unknown. In this chapter, we explored the nature of uncertainty and how to navigate through the unknown with confidence and creativity. Whether in life or business, Uncertainty is inevitable, but it doesn't have to be paralyzing. With flexibility, strategic planning, and a mindset of improvisation, you can turn challenges into opportunities. In the next chapter, we'll dive into integrating creativity into your daily thinking, exploring how to unlock new ideas and approaches every day. Until then, keep your compass ready. Uncertainty is not something to fear, but something to embrace. Chapter 7, Daily Creative Thinking. Welcome to a life of creativity. Imagine your daily routine as a canvas, and each day you get to paint something new on it. Creativity isn't just a special event, it's a way of life. In this chapter, we'll explore how to infuse creativity into your daily routine, ensuring that new ideas become a regular part of your thinking. With the right mindset and a few simple practices, your life will be filled with inspiration and innovation. Why daily creativity matters. Creativity isn't limited to artists or inventors. It's a universal skill that enhances problem solving, decision making, and personal growth. When you practice creativity every day, you train your mind to think differently, allowing you to see challenges as opportunities and generate fresh ideas regularly. Daily creativity doesn't require grand projects. It's about small but consistent efforts that spark new perspectives. Over time, these small bursts of imagination accumulate, leading to meaningful breakthroughs in both personal and professional life. Starting a creativity journal. One of the most effective ways to develop daily creativity is by keeping a creativity journal, a personal idea bank, where you record at least one new idea every day. No idea is too big or too small. The goal is to build a habit of creative thinking by capturing your thoughts, no matter how wild or simple they may seem. How to keep a creativity journal. Draw inspiration from your surroundings. Notice the small details in everyday life. Play what-if games. Imagine alternate scenarios such as, what if cars could fly? Combine unrelated concepts. See what happens when two unrelated things merge, like a coffee mug with built-in phone charger. Tips for effective journaling. Journaling is like tending a garden. It requires regular attention, openness to new ideas, and a willingness to revisit old thoughts. Here are some tips to get the most out of your creativity journal. Write daily. Even if you only jot down a quick thought or observation, consistency matters. Be open to all ideas. Some of the wildest ideas can spark the best innovations. Revisit old entries. Ideas evolve over time, and reviewing past thoughts can inspire new ones. Don't judge your ideas. There's no such thing as a bad idea when you're brainstorming. Weekly idea sharing. Creativity thrives on collaboration and feedback. A weekly idea sharing session allows you to present your ideas, get feedback from others, and draw inspiration from their thoughts. It's like show and tell for grown-ups, a chance to refine your ideas and keep your creative momentum going. When you share your ideas, you multiply their potential. Feedback helps you identify strengths and weaknesses, and hearing others' ideas can spark new connections in your mind. Daily creativity challenges. To keep your creativity sharp, challenge yourself with small daily prompts that encourage fresh thinking. These challenges are simple but effective ways to stretch your imagination and train your brain to see things differently. Examples of daily creativity prompts. Invent a new use for a common object. What else could a paperclip do besides hold papers? Imagine a new app. Think of an app that could solve a minor annoyance in your day. Reimagine a familiar space. How would you redesign your living room if gravity didn't exist? These challenges are not about perfection. They're about cultivating the habit of thinking creatively every day. Recap. Infusing creativity into everyday life. In this chapter, we explored how to make creativity a regular part of your day. From keeping a creativity journal to sharing ideas with others, the goal is to build small, consistent habits that keep your mind active and innovative. Creativity isn't just a talent, it's a skill that grows stronger with practice. With each idea you jot down, share, or develop, you train your brain to think creatively in every situation. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to integrate creativity into problem solving, using these daily habits to tackle challenges in new and innovative ways. Chapter 8, Putting It All Together. Welcome to the Launchpad. Congratulations, you've reached the final chapter of your creative thinking journey. This chapter is about turning knowledge into action. Think of it as your launchpad. the moment you take all the tools you've gathered throughout this journey and apply them to real life. Knowledge alone isn't enough. What truly matters is how you use what you've learned to make meaningful changes in your personal and professional life. The power of application knowledge is like a toolbox, but a toolbox is only useful if you take out the tools and put them to work. Each lesson you've learned throughout this journey has provided you with practical skills, from decision-making strategies to creative thinking habits. Now, it's time to use those tools to build solutions, solve challenges, and generate new ideas in your daily life. Action is what brings ideas to life. The ability to apply what you've learned is the bridge between understanding concepts and transforming your world. Creating your action plan. An action plan acts as a roadmap for applying your new skills to solve problems, make decisions, and nurture creativity. It provides structure, guiding you towards specific goals and ensuring that you stay on track. When building your action plan, identify the skills you'll use in different areas of your life. Think of specific challenges you want to tackle or improvements you'd like to make. Whether it's better decision-making at work or keeping a creativity journal, your action plan should outline how and when you'll implement these skills. Tips for crafting an effective action plan. Be specific. Instead of saying, "I want to think creatively," set a goal like, write one creative idea every day for the next month. Set timelines, decide when and how often you'll apply a particular skill. Measure progress, track your achievements to stay motivated. Break it down. Start small and build up. Small steps lead to significant changes over time. Launching the 30-day challenge. The 30-day challenge is a great way to ensure that these skills become habits. Think of it as a fitness program for your brain, committing to use at least one skill every day for a month. Each day, apply something you've learned, whether it's a creative thinking technique, a decision-making tool, or a problem-solving strategy. Choose which skills you'll focus on and track your progress along the way. You can use a journal, an app, or even social media to document your journey. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small they seem. The key is consistency. Even small actions add up over time, transforming the way you think and act. Staying motivated. It's easy to lose momentum, but staying motivated is crucial for long-term success. Here are some tips to keep you on track. Share your progress. Discuss your goals with a friend, mentor, or accountability partner. Celebrate small victories. Reward yourself for each milestone you achieve. Remember your why. Keep your reasons for starting this journey at the forefront of your mind. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline and consistency will carry you through. When the challenge feels tough, remind yourself that growth happens outside your comfort zone. Reflecting on your journey. Reflection is essential for continuous growth. Take a moment to think about the most valuable skills you've gained throughout this journey. How have they changed the way you approach challenges or generate ideas? Reflecting on your experiences will help you identify what worked, what didn't, and how you can continue to improve. Reflection also provides inspiration to others. Sharing your thoughts about this journey, whether in conversation, writing, or social media, helps reinforce your learning and encourages others to embrace the process. Continuous learning. Learning doesn't stop here. The world is constantly changing, and so should your toolbox. Stay open to new ideas. Seek out opportunities to sharpen your skills and revisit the lessons from this journey whenever you need a refresher. Remember, every challenge is a chance to learn, and every new experience adds a tool to your collection. Commit to being a lifelong learner, always looking for ways to expand your thinking and develop your abilities. Growth happens not just from knowledge, but from consistent action and reflection. Final thoughts. Creativity, clear thinking, and confident decision-making are not just skills, they are ways of life. As you move forward, keep applying what you've learned and continue developing your abilities. The world needs your ideas and your unique perspective. Embrace every opportunity to think creatively and act decisively. This is your launch pad. Your journey starts now. Go make an impact.